What up, world? Back again. It is a tag team of two. Boy, Vic XL.
What up? What you do, Spank?
And we are the Country Rap Report. And y'all know what y'all get. Y'all see us, y'all get one of a few things. You're going to get exclusive artist interviews. You're going to get our opinion, our take, our expertise on some of the dopest videos and worst videos in the land. And sometimes I think y'all think we don't be reviewing some of the worst videos. That means the whole genre has stepped its game up. You also get what we call MIP, Mothers in Prison. Now, the music industry playbook. That's where we take a topic and we hone in on that topic. Is hone a word? Hone?
How you're using it, yes. It's home.
Home.
Yeah.
Home.
Like home, like phone, but with H.
So, and we have what we're going to give you today, AMA. Ask me anything. But we were going to play this a little different today because I got some topics that I want to discuss and ask Spank his opinions. So this is going to be kind of a blind show. He's going to be in the blind when I ask some of these questions. But the first thing we're going to do is talk about a particular something that happened not too long ago. It depends on when this show airs, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
But it was something that happened. When it happened, Spank was actually on the road. We didn't have a chance to talk about it. And I really just want Spank's opinion, and as well as you, the listeners, and you listeners, y'all love it when we talk about Ryan Up Church. Y'all love it when we talk about church. So we're going to start the show off by us talking about something that happened with church. And I want Spank's opinion on it because me and him haven't had any dialogue in detail about it. Okay? Okay. And let me say this. Shout out to church too. Church is really using his platform in a manner, his YouTube platform in a manner I haven't seen other YouTubers do. Now, I don't know every YouTuber in the world, but church is doing something I haven't seen anyone do. Hopefully by the time this show airs, this case will be solved. But there's a missing 16-year-old named Keely Rodney. Keely Rodney. She's a missing 16-year-old who disappeared from a party at like a campsite that had over 100 people there. Church is using his platform to actually discuss that situation. He's done disappearance, the Keely Rodney disappearance. He's actually done the disappearance part 2, and that's as of us taping this. I haven't watched tape 2, episode 2, but basically what he's doing is he's taking the situation and putting his very own church's CSI to it.
Okay.
And he's using his platform to possibly discover some things that the police might not. And I'm gonna be honest, bro. I watched episode 1 because I didn't even know anything about this 16-year-old's disappearance.
Me either.
So the fact that I was able to learn something from his stuff, I thought was dope. Because a missing child is something that, that alarms me. Because, I got kids, grandkids, you feel what I'm saying? And church is actually doing his thing as far as like, what? But anyway, if y'all get a chance, and this is kind of just because
what's the name again?
Keely, and she spells it Kiely, Rodney, and she spells it Rodni. And that's how church spells it, so I'm assuming that's the correct way. I don't think there's a reason he should have to misspell her name.
That's how we would spell Keily. I got it.
Kie.
Kiely. Gotcha.
But he's using his platform to bring forth what he considered clues and what he's seeing in real time.
Okay.
He's taking internet facts, news clippings, and putting his own best foot forward to help bringing this child home.
Does he know these people?
No, this is just a random case. I think this might be in California. It's just a random case that I guess struck his interest. No, he doesn't know him. He didn't, at least, like I said, I watched him. He didn't make me feel like he knew her. He just made me feel like he was an interested Samaritan.
That's kind of random.
But he's using his platform to get the information out there. And hopefully, maybe, you know, if someone has seen this girl, maybe, I mean, his first video, he done a day ago from us recording, 122,000 views.
Yeah, he definitely gets eyeballs. So
that's 122,000 people that if this girl is alive, might be like, we've seen her.
I wouldn't do this.
So hey, that's an AMA question.
No, I wouldn't do this if I was church.
Let's start this. Let's start there. As a person with a major platform, as an artist, would you use your, say you got a platform, let me see, we're going to use church as the example.
Okay.
2.9 million subs on YouTube.
Okay.
If you, Spank, had a platform that had almost 3 million subs, would you use your platform on bringing social awareness? If you were a rapper.
On any type of, see, this is the thing. And I hate this because this is our society. But when you have this amount of people looking at you and your platform is that big, as humble and as decent and as admirable as whatever effort it is that you're putting into it, there's going to be just as many people on the opposite side that are not going to like that you're doing it because you should be focusing on something that they're interested in. So am I glad that he's doing it? Yes, he's taking a stance. But church has always been a rebel. He's always done what he wanted to with his platform, with his audience, with his reach, all that. He's never been the one to conform. But I think that's probably church's biggest problem, if you want to call it that. I don't know if I would. I'm glad that he's helping these people try to find this missing girl. Yes. If I had that amount of people, here's what's going to happen. And that's probably already happening in the comments. There's going to be people who are like, well, what about such and such that went missing, blah, blah, blah. Or what about such and such that went missing, like in your own city, and we haven't found them? What about them? Can we get you to say something about them? Now it becomes why that person? And then, God forbid, if this person is white and you're white, or this person is black and you're black, now it's races into the whole equation. You know, or if she's a church fan, it's like now you can't help anybody that's a church fan. It's just our society is just so fucked up right now. I don't know if I would be the leading person to do that. Yeah, I would use my platform. I would probably put up some sort of missing persons alert or something like that. But if you do it for one, you need to do it for all, because you can't now it looks like you're being, you know, separatist, or you haven't. So, but it's your platform. You can do whatever the hell you want to do it. I'm just giving you what the consensus of what people, all of us that are out here, are going to say when we see you doing this stuff. And I don't, he's already got enough shit going on in his life. He don't need any more. Adding this to the plate is just going to give him more ammunition to just say, fuck it. You know, eventually he go on another social media hiatus. You know, but these are problems that you're causing for yourself. Again, it's admirable that he is doing this.
Because he's trying to help.
That's the trying part. The trying, if any of that, it's a great thing. And I'm not saying that I am God, but I think that's something godly that somebody would try to use their platform to help someone else without asking for anything else. I think that is like one of the definitions of what Jesus would do, you know. But when Jesus also had his haters. Jesus also had his. They strung him up on the cross, you know, because they didn't want you spreading the word. They didn't want you making people feel good. They didn't want you giving them any other message other than the message that we want them to give. I just don't want that for church. I don't want that for anybody that has that amount of people and that amount of followers, but I don't want it for him because he's been going through it with the ex. He already had another ex before this that was some issues, the Katie Noel issues. I don't want any more shit with church. Like he had the issues with the dude where there was a sex offender working at the fast food. It's just like he's a magnet for bullshit. And I really don't want him for church, bro.
You know, doing good sometimes bring bad results.
A lot of times, especially when you got that many eyeballs on you. Like you can't win for losing. You know, as much as you try, okay, I'm gonna go take this case of water to this homeless shelter. Somebody see you take a picture of it. Well, what about the 10 homeless shelters you passed on the way to that? What about us? You know, what about the homeless man that you had to walk by to take the case of water into the building? Like, how come you didn't give him one? It's always going to be that, you know. And I don't. And the main reason I don't want it for church because he's not numb to the other stuff. The other shit affects him. The other shit he'll talk about, and you can see where it visibly he's distraught by it, and because he's taking it all in, he's trying to absorb it. Like he hasn't learned the ability to say fuck it. Now, some of us out here have a true knack at saying fuck it, and we'll cut that fucking meter off, and it's off. When it's off, it is blind to everybody else. He hasn't learned that yet because he still cares, you know. And I think that's part of one of the beautiful pieces about him and people that do still care is that they just spread love and they try to do whatever they can regardless of it. But until you become numb to the other stuff, I think it's dangerous for you to do it because it's just going to eat at you. It's and that stuff starts getting in you and it starts creating doubt. And now you really don't want to help other people because you're kind of reluctant on other people like giving you slack for helping other people. Like, I don't want that for him. I can't do it. I would do it for him on his behalf because my fucking meter been broke, you know, but I don't want him doing that because I know that weeks later he's going to be on YouTube with a video because somebody hating on him for doing good and he's pissed off about it. Like, and it'll just be a recurring cycle. Okay. So in you talking, I'm going to get to the other church story. I have another potential. This is AMAs are also like Vic and Spank talking. Right. I have this weird situation that happened to me. Okay. And I'm not going to say the number. Okay. But I received a weird text message. I get those all the time. Huh? I get those all the time. But they learn not to text me no more after a couple of times. Well, I got this one. And you know, I've been trying to find church. I'm going to play it. Matter of fact, I'm going to say it on this show. Y'all might know him. Tell him to holler at a player. Okay, so I received this text. I like that Hawks hat, by the way. Thank you. That's dope. It's doper than the team is. No, the team should be good this year. So 5:02 Saturday, right? I get a text from this number that I do not have saved. Yo, this Vic? I said, yes. Who is this? They said, no worries. Just the ghost in the machine here. Doing a little pre-game scheduling. I like what y'all doing. I then responded with, who this? They said, I damn sure ain't Elvis. More like Arnold Schultz. But they gonna call me something if I decide to put these records out 100. They didn't use the 100 right, so they let me know this is a Caucasian. So I said, what you got? And I said, I love Arnold Schultz. Who is that? He's like a blues artist. Okay. Old school. And then they said, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Maybe I'll call myself Samuel Clemens. Samuel Clemens. I responded, who is that? Mark Twain was one of the greatest to ever do it because they tried me. They tried me and thought I didn't know who Samuel Clemens was. Okay. Samuel Clemens is Mark Twain's real name. Okay. And that was the end of the conversation. Was that church? No. Who is that then? Well, it might be. It might be. Because I tried to call church over the weekend and that number's off. So it might be church. Because wait, no, church would have used fucking or if he didn't know, or skin. But bro, this has been driving me and my wife crazy all weekend. Right. Who is, and I want to put the area code out there, but I'm not. No, that don't mean that. I can get a phone right now with any area code. So that could be a ghost, really. Ghost in the Machine?
It says, no worries, just the ghost in the machine.
Ghost in the Machine. I don't know.
You don't think church sit back and watch everything? Remember, church knew about our show and we didn't know church know we existed.
Well, if church is watching this and be loose, I've reached out to both of you motherfuckers. I'm trying to put together this stage for South by Southwest, and I can't do shit until y'all reply. And I need for y'all to reply as soon as possible. So if y'all are watching this or anybody that's on church's team, please inbox me back because I need to put together this stage because we have an opportunity to do something at South by Southwest. And I don't want to do it without y'all. But I will if I don't hear back from y'all like by the end of this month because I need to move forward with the project.
As T.I. says, expeditiously.
Yes, expeditiously. Yes.
And I wanted to say, is this church? But I felt like that would be offensive if it wasn't.
I think whoever that is, they assume that you know who it is.
How?
With they dropping little hints and tidbits like y'all done talked about some stuff.
No. Let me tell you why I think this is church.
Okay.
Because I watched Church's page.
Okay. And
Church has been making comments about the new music he's making. He needs to find a genre for it.
Genre for?
Like the new stuff he's making is different from anything he's made before. He's challenging himself.
I think in our interview, he did say he was trying to do some bluesy stuff or something like that.
Yes. So, Arnold Schultz, blues.
You should reply back while we recording. Like, is this you thugging?
I'm doing it now. Is this you thugging?
We're gonna find out. Hopefully, we'll find out during the taping of this show.
First of all, you know my wife is paranoid. All rest of the evening Saturday, all day Sunday, not all day, but periodically. So did you ever find out who that was? No, because I'm like, first of all, if you're watching the show, don't play on my phone.
Right.
I don't care what your status is in life. Platinum artist, no selling artist, D-boy, X, don't play on my phone. I'm a grown man. But if it's church, it's okay that you play it on my phone.
Let me see. Let me see what the numbers I have, because we might have two different numbers.
Bro, I don't.
What's the last two numbers of them?
61.
I got a different number.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't care. I put out the area code is 270. I've never seen this number in my life. Matter of fact, the thing came up. This could possibly be spam.
No, not with that much. They're talking about music.
No. You know how when a strange number comes up?
Okay, I got you.
It could be just a number. It could be a text number. But I don't know who it is.
Well, that's the same area code as Fathead.
Oh, it might be Fathead.
It ain't Fathead because I got his number. And that ain't it.
Fathead in Tennessee though, ain't it?
He might have a number in that area.
I don't know. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. So let's get into this church thing real quick, right?
Doris Ann is also in the same area too.
She don't know who Andrew Schultz is.
She don't know who Mark Train's real name is either. But she'll slap the shit out you though.
I'm just saying, the average person don't know who Samuel Collins is.
I do not. I did not.
And I'm like, don't try me. I paid attention in English class. I love old folk stories. All right, so look, let's start talking about church. So approximately 6 days ago from the day we're recording this, church decided to jump on Yo Gotti's dollar for dollar challenge. Right?
Right.
He jumped on Yo Gotti's dollar for dollar challenge. And in 6 days, 375K views. Now, did you have an opportunity to listen to the rhymes?
Oh, I did.
You listened to the rhymes?
I did.
Before we talk about it from a marketing perspective, what was your thoughts on the rhymes?
That somebody should probably call Yo Gotti and make sure he okay because he got killed on his own record.
You think he got killed?
Bruh. Killed. With a T. Killed him. It wasn't even close. Like Gotti, and I haven't heard the original other than, I haven't heard the original of who else won the damn dollar for dollar he put on there, which was a gimmick. But Church killed it. Church bodied him on his record. And he had 6 months to think about it because the challenge was 6 months old. But so, yeah, he did. Killed.
So.
And the analogy in all of this is Church is at the same level as Yo Gotti in the industry terms. And Yo Gotti is probably a $50,000 to $80,000 act per show, maybe $100,000. Last time I checked, he was about 60. Okay, last thing I checked when I booked him, he was 60, but that was 2 years ago. So he's probably $100,000 act. Yeah. That would be the equivalent of what Church is today.
You think Church is $100,000 act?
He should be, but I don't think we pay these type of rates over here in country rap. Like the $100,000 equivalent over here would be $20K. That's at most, or what our top out probably would be. That'd be me guessing. But he absolutely destroyed this record. And when you mention those numbers, 373,000 in 6 days.
75.
300. That's went up 2,000 since I watched it. He has the second highest total of anybody else that did the challenge.
Oh, really?
And those numbers from the challenge was 6 months ago. He still has the second highest totals.
Hold on.
So far.
Did you look it up?
Yeah. I typed in dollar for dollar challenge on YouTube and then I sorted by YouTube views. And he is the second highest. The highest was FBG Cash. He had 700K. But it was 6 months ago. Church might pass him in a month with the viewers that he has and the eyes. This is the draw and this is the appeal of Church. And this is probably why so many labels want him. But this is why I am so concerned for him, because Church is, and I based on the interview that we had, I don't think he understands his appeal. I don't think he understands his draw. I'm like, this dude is an A-lister status. Well, Yo Gotti probably is B-list, but he's a B-list status in popularity based on the appeal, the draw. That's dangerous for a lot of people. This is why he gets banned a lot, because a lot of people don't want that appeal from somebody that they can't control. So when that stuff starts happening, or he starts spitting out, this, God forbid if he does anything stupid, but he's doing everything positively or to promote his brand and his music. But if he does something like, or I'm not going to call it stupid, but if he got on some sort of agenda that was contrary to what the system wants you to have, then he'd be a real target or a real threat because of his draw. But also on the flip side of that draw can be monetized, which is why labels are salivating over him, which is why probably a distributor should instantly give him a $10 million deal and just let him do whatever the hell he wants to do with the money, because you're going to get it back because he has that sort of draw. He has that sort of appeal. The brand is there already, and there's not a lot that you need to do with it other than push the envelope in other directions that he can't push them because of who he is. And because you're a label or distributor, you can open some doors or press some buttons that he's not able to push, and that money, you'll get it right back. It doesn't matter.
Well, the winner of the dollar for dollar challenge, the artist's name was 10%.
Okay.
And I can't find his challenge. I'm seeing all the reactions to it.
The closest person that I saw in that, when I was looking on YouTube, it was a chick named Deetrandra. Yeah.
Deetranada.
Yeah, that's it. She had 177. Rap. Okay. This a kid?
She might be in her 20s now. I can't remember if she was a season after Lotto, but she was part of one of those seasons. She didn't win.
Okay.
But she was one of I think she might have came in second.
But she got a built-in fan base because of the show.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, she had 177K on her challenge that she posted to YouTube. But Church had 377. So he's doubled her. And it was 6 months ago.
So do you think Number one, I'm sure as big as that challenge was, and I wish there was a way we can find out how many actual entries there were, but I'm sure church knew about this challenge 6 months ago. So from an AMA perspective, why do you think church done it 6 months later as opposed to doing it when it was hot on the algorithm?
Well, this is going to sound egotistical, but why drop my verse when 1,000 other people are doing theirs and it's all going to be in the fluff when I can wait and then I can drop mine when ain't nobody else dropping theirs and I'm going to be the only thing that's out there smoking and all the eyes are going to be on me. That is a tactic that I would have done, so I'm not mad that he did it. I'm not mad that he did the challenge this way. I'm mad that he did the challenge. I don't think the challenge is kind of necessary for him.
I mean, but him doing it is not really a challenge. It's him.
It's more of like
over beat.
Yeah, like shits and giggles. Like just let me exercise. This is how. And I said the same shit when we were building Red Clay Warriors. Like this is how you exercise. This is the same tactic. This is how you
who's Red Clay Warriors?
This is how you exercise your rhyming. How you exercise your brain. This is how you get into that rhythm. You go in and you either do remixes, remakes, or at the time it wasn't any challenges, but I would just say go in and grab a verse from somebody and remake that verse. In 2022 terms, what you would do is jump on a challenge, or even if the challenge is old, just grab a beat, see what everybody else has done, see if I can do better and do it and put it out. It's just a matter of you flexing those rhyming skills. If you don't do those type of things, then there's no way that you can stay fresh. If not, in your same style, you're gonna be rapping like you first did when you first come out. You got to stay modern and you got to stay, especially with the lingo. But Church did justice with this record. I like it.
Do you think he done it as a way, this is like a hindrance? Because Yo Gotti show could have used these 375K.
He's still gonna get them. He's still getting them because I think that might be whitelisted. This song might be whitelisted. Either or.
It's whitelisted.
Okay, well, either or. Church did this. I don't know why Church did this, but I would speculate he did it just to show I can do it too, and I can do it better than everybody else that has already done it. But I think Church does that anyway with everything that he does in music. He does it just because he can, but to show that my level of music and expertise in music is better than what yours is, and I can show you by doing it, not by telling you, but I'm going to do it and prove to you like my verse is tighter than yours, or my way of singing this song is better than yours.
So from a manager perspective, would you have encouraged him to do it?
I would have encouraged him to do it probably not so late. I probably would have done it like 3 months ago, not
after they announced the winner though.
Yes, I would have done it after they announced the winner. Maybe even after the record had dropped, then I would have like, you know what? Here's my verse. Y'all check it out. Which is, he did it, but it's still, I think the whole Nicole chick stuff that's happening with him, I think that might have hindered him from being able to, do a lot of stuff musically and put it out. So this is his way of exercising his musical.
And see, I don't really understand, and I haven't been in legal situations like that, and I'm not really trying to get into it, but I don't really understand how a person can hinder you from putting out music. Maybe that's an AMA question. If you know, how can a female hinder you from putting out music?
Well, I will come from a perspective of how I've hindered many people from putting out music. If we make music together,
I don't think Church made music with that girl.
Well, this is her argument. That's the point. So, her argument is she had something to do with the music being created.
What music?
I don't know. I don't care. You asked me the question, so this will give you the feedback. Go ahead. If we made, let's say I made music and you're my manager, and you came in and you was like, you should do the hook this way, and I did the hook that way. So now you like, well, shit, I deserve credit. I need to get my credit. So we are going to have to figure out some sort of system of where you're getting the credit, or you're going to have to take me to court for that credit. especially if we're no longer having any sort of business relationships together. And when you take me to court for that credit, you need to prove how you were able to give me those input and how it affected the music to be able to give you that credit. This is how that type of stuff gets hindered up or get thrown up in court, and it gets started floating around. I don't know the particulars of that. I'm just giving you my speculation on what possibly could have happened, because I have, as a manager and a financier, and as somebody that executive produced plenty of projects, when that artist left, the music stayed with me because I paid for it, one. But even on the stuff that I let them leave with, my name had to be on the credits and not removed, because I had something to do with that. You're not just going to leave with my shit that I paid for, or I helped you create. Really, literally, I helped you write. You're not just going to leave with it without me getting some sort of credit in that going forward. And when you don't give me that credit, then the legals are going to come knocking, or you're going to get a cease and desist until we figure out what the legals need to look like, because I'm getting my credit.
So I think it's fair to say, as an artist, you probably shouldn't take ladies in the studio.
I don't know what type of influence she had. Like, was she helping him make the music?
I don't know. That's why I'm gonna be honest. She's an artist. I don't think a lot of people take her serious as an artist. She don't drop music consistently. So that's why I'm like, man, I don't really understand why this could be a problem. Like,
well, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say she was there and the producer's there, and she was like, well, maybe you should drop the snare right here. And the producer listened and he dropped the snare right there. She now deserves credit. She now deserves some sort of co-production credit on that. Or if she gave any sort of insight on how he needs to write a word in the lyrics, and he did it, she now deserves writer's credit. This is the facts of the matter. But now, will you do that? That's totally up to them. Most folks don't. I've seen people go in with entire crews into the whole studio, and the whole crew just giving their input. And then when I look at the credits, just be that one rapper and that producer. And everybody else that was in there didn't get no credits. And I would probably be salty about that, but it happens.
I don't know. I just leave the ladies out the studio.
Right.
If they're gonna come back. And I don't know, because she's definitely, if what he says is holding up his career to a certain degree, especially right now.
If she is saying she had anything to do with that music he's about to put out, he's doing the right thing. Get her out of the way before you put it out, because once it comes out, then it's just going to be a whole legal nightmare on her trying to justify, I helped co-write that, I co-wrote that, I helped with that, like all of that. Just, he's doing the right thing.
All right, question. As an artist, I'm thinking about doing a feature.
All right.
Should I do my feature about getting a feature, not doing a feature?
Okay.
Should I get a feature based on clout, popularity, same thing, or should I get an artist feature based on legacy?
Okay. Neither one of them. Neither one. You should get your feature based on whoever you're trying to bring in as a feature, their reach, or their brand reach. You don't want to just get somebody that's on the same level as you, because both of you motherfuckers is, peddling. Y'all just peddling water in the same space. You really ain't going anywhere. But you need to get somebody that has a bigger reach than you, or can broaden your spectrum of where you are to a different audience. So in art, if you want to use me and you as an analogy, you're the feature and I'm the artist, and you have 100,000 fans and I got 50. I need you as a feature, because now I'm growing my fan base and my reach based off of your reach. Now that's probably going to cost me because I'm lower than you, which is probably where the negative in all of this is. When I need you, I gotta pay. But when he needs me, I ain't paying, and he ain't gonna pay me. because he don't need me. He's already got a bigger reach. Y'all need to understand this feature game. If church needs you on a record, you don't hit church with, my feet is, well, damn your feet. He's the number one rapper in this genre. You get that feature because he is good. Anything that he gets on is going to help you. Anybody that is bigger than you, and we can run them whole down that whole list. Jelly Roll, Colt Ford, Savannah Dexter, Katie Noel, Adam Calhoun. Anybody that is bigger than you, and I'm talking to most of the folks that probably need the feature. Anybody that's bigger than you, if they are asking you for the feature, then you are going to do the feature for free up front. You keep your writer's credit and y'all get the right pub, but that feature is for free. On the other side, if you need any of them that are above you, be prepared to pay, because it is rightfully done. You are getting into their fan base. You need them. They don't need you. And based on that need, you have to pay. It's just a rite of passage. We have to do that over here. We have to do that in music, period. It's not just over here in country rap, but our rates are a little bit different, but just understand that.
All right, now, sticking with that same topic. All right, I'm an up-and-coming artist. I'm sitting on about 4,000 just subs, followers, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
An artist who has 1,000 reaches out to me and asks for a feature. But they hit me with the traditional, let's work.
Okay.
Do I charge them?
Yes.
How do I set my amount?
You need to have a standard. And usually in music, whatever fee was paid last, that is your current fee.
But I've never been paid.
You've never been paid? Well, the industry average for a feature is start around $500 for a hook, $1,000 for a verse. You want to do both of them, hook and verse, back $1,200-ish. You can cut them a discount or whatever. But that's
that industry standard, is that country rap?
That's the industry standard, especially over in rap. Because here's your issue. I'm the bigger guy, and the smaller guy is asking me for the feature. The smaller guy is going to pay me for the feature. The smaller guy, and I hate to say this in a negative way, y'all don't take this way, but the smaller guy is probably the smaller guy for a reason. The smaller guy doesn't have a budget that I do. The smaller guy doesn't have the reach that I do. The smaller guy doesn't have the business acumen that I do. The smaller guy doesn't have the planning and proper presentation that I do. So in order for me to be affiliated with that, he has to pay me, because I'm still not going to help him with any of that. That's the kicker. We're getting our money for the feature and we're walking away. Now, some of us over here that are getting that money do come back and be like, I'll help you promote. Or when you get ready to drop it, just let me know. And then, I can get my producer to do it. I can get my marketing team behind it, and we can do a little social media press. Like, some of us do that over here. Everybody doesn't. The consensus is they get paid for that feature, they walking away. And then it is up to you to figure out what the hell you're going to do with that feature. Keep in mind, your profit and loss statement has now increased, because not only did you have to pay for the beat, not only did you have to hire probably somebody to play instruments in the band, you had to do all the engineering stuff, and now you added $1,000. Now you added a $500 to $1,200 expense to that one record that you now need to recoup in your sales or through merchandising associated with that record. Like, you're adding to the bill that needs to come due for that record. Now, the smart play in that would be find somebody that is equal to you. That way, no money is transpiring. And now both of you are promoting that record or promoting that project just as hard, because there was no money being transpired, but the money on the back end is even. So now they're just going to push it just so both of them can win and eat off of it. That would be the smart play. Find somebody that is level with you and both y'all grow at the same pace.
So the person just responded.
Oh shit, was it? Who was it?
I said, is this you, bugging? No, buddy. I'm nobody for real. Y'all have never mentioned me. Probably never heard of me.
How did you get your number?
Good question. How
It's your cell phone, bro.
you get my number?
Probably never even heard of you.
I still think this is a game. I think it's fucking. I think he's just messing with me.
He's fucking with you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Don't, man, because I'm finna get upset. And I'm probably finna ruin a potential relationship.
Call him. Hey, man, who the hell is this?
I probably should. But anyway.
It's probably going to get to that off camera.
They ain't going to answer it.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see.
Bro, yes. Speaking of weird phone calls, how do you handle this? I had a guy who's probably watching this show, who me and them we've done business together. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had an altercation. You got two.
Oh, that kind of. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Police got called. Yvonne had to get me off of him, and Matty K pulled the old deuce on him. Yeah, it was. This was a former employer of mine.
Okay.
And basically, we stopped communicating.
All right.
And they called me out the blue, and I was glad to hear from him. You know how it is. You know, you ain't heard from somebody in 6-7 years. You know, let me bury the hatchet. Bro, I was tripping back then. We were both tripping. Okay? Now, call me. We talked. Call me again. We talked. Then, of course, he's working on something. Everybody's working on something. They always find you when they're working on something. All right, okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool. If you need any pointers, you know, but I'm doing what I'm doing. Check out the Country Rap Report.
Okay.
Check out the Country Rap Report. Start giving an opinion. You should be on the right side.
You can switch sides on this? I didn't even do that.
I didn't know it's perception, the way people perceive it. The person on the right side is in charge. Bro,
I didn't know that.
Two of us.
Okay.
Then I want to ask this question since that person said that. If that is the case, why on Zoom do they put the holder of the account on the left?
Oh, no.
Wouldn't Zoom view the person of, anyway, who cares?
Right.
So that person texting on my birthday. The problem with you is you've always been afraid of success. Problem with me? On my birthday? And in my mind, I'm like, this is why I stopped communicating with you them years ago.
Okay.
All this extra stuff from me just talking to you a couple times. Now you back on them, you manage me or whatever the case may be. Bro, I can show you this, all the text. You're better than academics. You're academics' daddy. Just whatever, bro. So, fast forward to yesterday. Me and the wife were in Walmart shopping. My phone rings. It's a number I don't know. I try to, hello. I answer all calls now because of my father.
Okay.
Hello. I hear the person, then I say, hello. They hang up. Click. I'm like, I can tell this person hung up on me. This wasn't a drop. This was I hung up on you, right?
Right.
So I call back. I'm like, well, maybe Walmart bad service. They don't answer. Right?
Right.
Then that person texts me. I've been calling you for a couple weeks. You hadn't answered, so that was me calling you from this other number. I see you picked up that number, then pick up the number you know. I guess it is what it is. AMA, how do I handle that? Why would a man who I know his number call me from another number who I don't owe money? If I owed you money, I can see you doing that.
Right.
But you did this because you say you called me 3 times and I didn't answer.
Did you?
Did I answer when he called?
Oh, did you call him 3 times? Did he call you 3 times and you didn't answer?
Yes. But not intentionally. I probably was at work.
Did you text back after you didn't answer? Like, I'm at work.
Forgot. Or I probably was thinking about, he said, you're afraid of success. So I'm probably still mad at that.
Yeah, you in the wrong for that one, friend.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he called you 3 times. You didn't answer. You didn't text back. You was still in your feelings from the last conversation that y'all had. So when he called from a different number to text you to see if you would pick up, and you did, you kind of validated that you said that you ain't fucking with him, or you every time he called, you was like, "Fuck him, I don't want to talk to him right now."
But I literally didn't say that.
But your actions said it did. Your actions said, "Fuck him, I don't want to talk to him right now." 3 times.
Me working don't matter.
Well, you didn't text back and say you was working. You just gave him, you ghosted him. You know, so at that point, he's like, "Well, shit, let me test him, see if this motherfucker call me from. I'm gonna try this other number," and you picked up. So you kind of like check that mark. You check the box. Yeah, I got ghosted. So yeah, he it was justified for him to be mad. But you know, that's just a conversation. Like, bro, you call me when I be working. I ain't got time to be even replying back to you. I'm in that fucking hazmat suit. I can't text you back.
I don't. So it's okay that he hit me. You're the type of person that's always been afraid of success.
That was just somebody's way of having a conversation. Him just wanting to conversate. That's a lead in. He wants you to reply back. Like, why do you say that? And further have some more conversation. If somebody wants to talk.
If I go to my wife like, man, shoot, you type of woman always has some little titties. No, I got one better.
Okay.
You're the type of woman that probably always has a little funky monkey.
That would be messed up.
Not for my wife. Okay. Should that woman respond back to me in a text?
You're gonna get the emotional reply back first. Like, what the fuck you mean? That type of reply.
Why not just ignore it?
That's a I'm trying to have dialogue but don't know how to have dialogue with you statement. That's what that is. But you're too nice. I mean, you would probably like you not replying to him as you being nice because immediately you're already, on tilt.
Everybody in my family say I go off. Okay, this is the problem. When I get upset, and then everybody gets upset with me. So if I'm nice, everybody say I'm being nice. When I get upset, they're saying I'm being too mean. I don't really know a middle. So I try to stay away.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
Either I'm going to throw it underhanded or I'm going to throw you 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Right.
I'm just not going to play.
I'm the same way. There's no gray area for me.
Okay.
It's either all or nothing.
Hey, man. I'm putting out a project. For the past 2 years, I've been getting my feet wet, putting out singles, and I've dropped 6 singles. I've dropped 3 a year for my first 2 years in the game. I'm still sitting at that 5,000. Mm-hmm. And I'm just itching. It's just in my body because I've seen throughout the history of music, people do albums. I want to do an album. Mm-hmm. I've done 6 songs. I want to do an album.
Album's not ready. Album's not ready yet. You're not ready to do an album. You're not ready to do an album.
When am I ready to do an album?
When the demand is there for you to do an album.
And I'm asking that question, I seen you make that post or comment. Explain to me, what do you mean by demand? Because I have 4,000 people that rock with me.
That's not enough. I'm sorry. The 4,000 people is not going to get you $1 million in a month on YouTube.